Hello everybody and welcome back to another playing commentary of Parasyte, the Maxim episode, or Kiseiju, yeah, that's a good name. Episode 20, as per usual, that's the outro. If there's one advantage to doing these videos on my own schedule and not being in a hurry, it's that I can just focus so much on the scenes and just have so much to say that I don't have to rush and I can just take my time. Because, as is rather apparent, I am loving this series quite a bit. Let me scratch the pop filter a little bit here. Man, that's ugly. That's dirty. I should clean that at some point. But yeah, we were at the middle of this operation. It's gonna be... It's time to see how this pans out. I wonder if we're gonna see the actual extermination process. Because, well, that could get ugly. That could get violent. That could get quite nasty, I must say. But I suppose we'll just have to see now. So let's just start proper. So that woman there is probably, yeah. Wait a minute. Let me take a They said they were going to evacuate the elderly and the women first, but that man there looks distinctly not old. Just, he looks a lot of... Maybe he's sick? I don't know. Just doesn't make a lot of sense for him. Or it's afraid that he could be very, just, shall we say, male, very masculine female. Just, that was an interesting note there. Well, the shock and horror and all of the expressions are at the very least pretty top notch. That's just... She certainly is one durable bastard, because just not even flinching quite a bit. That was quite the heavy shot on her, but still, not even going down, that's pretty extreme. Oh! That is some really good body armor, just being able to withstand that attack, that's mighty impressive, I must say. Why didn't they shoot her more to make certain that she's dead? But honestly, I'm just surprised that that body armor actually withstood that attack. That's impressive. But these soldiers are going to have PTSD for the rest of their lives. Maybe. It's a professional operation. They have really done their research. This is quite the... Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to have to say it, but this is quite a prominent... Just a prominent display of the power, the horrifying power of humanity when it gets serious. And that is... It certainly is powerful at exterminating any threat that might come to it. They might be in some real problems if a lot of parasites are being sent at once, because that would make that extermination quite a bit harder, I believe, all things considered. Well, at the very least, the operation is not going as smoothly as planned, or there could be some problems here, so it's good to create this kind of drama here. Just saying, there's just 5 more episodes to go, so it's gonna be... There's no way this will go neatly. There has to be complications here. Please use him. Use him. I mean, what? That's clever. That's a really clever plot for the parasites to actually escape using this kind of diversion. It's unlikely to work. But that's a pretty good bluff there. Not convinced. That's quite the extreme expression from zero. That's just from 1 to 100. This is just. I love the tension right now. That is most certainly that's a parasite for all. That's obviously a parasite. How's this? This is not gonna go well. That man is dead. I'm sorry, soldier, unnamed soldier, but you're so you're most certainly dead. Oh my goodness, why am I pausing so much though? Yeah, this man's dangerous. I know I'm pausing a lot, but holy shit, everything's escalated suddenly. Jesus Christ, everything's going to shit. I'll be right back. Now that I've calmed down, I suppose it's a good point to continue. Oh, yeah, about that chaos. Holy shit, everything went to hell. And a lot of parasites got away already, so... I love these expressions. I know I spent a lot of time in the previous episode saying that, but I love these expressions. That is just... Humanity is rather terrifying, because I can somehow see this happening in real life. But... I don't want to be the asshole who's now going to talk about the terrors of humanity. They should be an elite force, so they should be moving quite a bit faster. That must be quite traumatizing. Holy hell. That sucks for him, to say the least. And the main culprit just walking away, slowly, calmly. The parasites are certainly, like, horrifyingly intelligent, I must say. They are so inhuman. Is Goto gonna go wild? I can imagine Goto going wild at this point. Just starting to exterminate a lot of these soldiers. That would be quite something. Why isn't there one guy also wearing body armor that did a sufficient job at protecting them? But still, he should be wearing some. Ah, goodness gracious. Yeah. I suppose a killer does recognize another killer. It takes one to recognize the other. That's... I mean, if you're losing your humanity, that makes a lot of sense. But it's getting all rather metaphysical and all that stuff. So that's fun. That's a lot of parasites. I suppose a shotgun is the best pick lock. That's efficient. But can they actually trust him? That's a big problem. Well, they can. So far he has been telling the truth, but he has been... I mean, can they trust him? He's a murderer, and it's not like... he doesn't have all that much sympathy for humanity either, so... It's not like they can just flat out trust him that easily, but those two are just just whatever. Now I'm really hoping that they don't... I really hope that my fear from the very beginning of the series of the horrible nature of humanity isn't going to come into fruition here, because it's such a drum that has been beaten to death so much. I mean, I'm pretty positive that that won't happen, because that would be dumb. That's what I'm hoping. that's my only reasonable explanation for that, but I certainly hope that that won't happen. Or that mess... Oh my god. Why didn't they shoot more? What? I mean... understandable why they wouldn't fire, but... I mean, even if they are trained soldiers, it would make sense that they would have some hesitation to fire at civilians, or at the very least people that look like civilians. And considering how proficient the parasites have become at this point at emoting and expressions, it's definitely a little bit harder to tell them apart from humans. Fire at will. Holy shit. Oh, okay, so he wasn't just running away. He was... Well, he was running away from something far more dangerous than human. Oh. Jesus. How's this gonna... Fire at will? Already, guys. All of the bullets are probably gonna be flung out like freaking pellets. Oh my, he's got... Yeah. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the real danger to humanity. Goto. Just... Jeez. How efficient can he be? Yeah. I wonder if this operation is going to be the final arc of this. It's most likely going to be the final arc of the show, but how's this? How do they kill that thing? That seems really unreasonable to be able to, for them to be able to kill him. He's just, well, it's certainly an unsurmountable danger that's he's terrifyingly powerful. It's not gonna go well.
Yeah, Shokun.
Cliffhangers! Ouch. That's painful cliffhanger. Jesus, now I want to watch more. I'm probably gonna record more. Just, god damn it, this is... Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. It's... Oh, goodness gracious me. Okay. Usually during action, I have very little to say. Action scenes don't make for very good commentary material. Usually. But when it is something so alien, something so indistinguishable, something so completely different, and with more of a horror tinge than anything else, that certainly can provide for some good commentary material. Especially when it is done so freaking well. Just this is just a fan. I'm loving the show because this final arc just kicked it up to a freaking 11. It's a lot more action oriented, of course, and that's not bad. Even if that should make my job quite a bit harder, but it's regardless really interesting to watch and more terrifying than anything. Now, what I am afraid of is that the show will, of course, I'm gonna keep saying this because the show has that kind of mentality to it and it has some feeling of that message. And that message is the horrifying power of humanity and how terrifying humanity can be at its strongest. And sure, it's an it's an unavoidable fact how horrifyingly powerful humanity is, all that freaking crap, but that's not what we're here to talk about here. We're here to look at some kick-ass action and some... It's not horror, of course not, but it's intense, and it's exciting, and okay, it can be at moments rather horrifying. I'm just I'm loving it because this is just done so freaking well, and especially the horror of Goto. Uragami was right. They should have all fled because that thing was not human. Now, what I'm wondering, maybe the people didn't fire immediately because of their animal instinct. Perhaps they were scared. That certainly is reasonable considering how calm he was and how intimidating of a presence he has. Although, speaking frankly, I don't really see... He isn't... Sometimes in shows there is the presence of a person is really well somehow conveyed through the screen. But I don't get that from Goto. I just don't get that feeling of terror. But that might be just due to his human guise. So I don't know. I would prefer for him to be far more intimidating and threatening, but I don't know how they could do that without making him seem far more inhuman than he already is. And since they are supposed to be infiltrating humanity, it makes sense that they would not, that they wouldn't make it apparent that they are inhuman. But man, that's fantastic. I love that action. It's so freaking good action. I just rambled on about Goto. He's certainly going to be the final villain. You know how I've been talking that this should go into an a combat or a combat series? Yeah, no, it's an extermination series, but it's a mutual destruction of humanity and parasites. I had no memories of this. And this operation has just been blowing my mind with how freaking well it is done, so... Goodness gracious me. That's about all I have to say for now. There's a lot of things that I could ramble on about here, but I'm not going to waste all of our time here, so... Thank you all very much for... My hair's not on point. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you all in the future. Have a great day and stay awesome. Ganmu out. Thank you very much for watching.